What up, everybody? It's me, Mr. Right, here with the Martial Arts Brutality deck profile. I'm gonna give y'all two Tae Kwon Do deck profiles today. So first off, I'm gonna start off with the points. As you can see, I have full out speed, full out power to protect my ankles from getting messed up. I got 30 in joints, and because Tae Kwon Do's defense is it has the most counter, but reflexes need some work, so you want to max that out. You don't have to, but that's just what I'm rolling with. Just so I can break people's joints and other body parts faster, full power and full speed, so it's hard to block. All right. So we're gonna go with two deck profiles. My first one is Ratha. I call it Ratha from the Rathalos from what was it, Monster Hunter Stories or something on the DS. It was the first Rathalos you come across, and so I was like, oh man, gotta do that. So, but to max out on power and speed, I have a few power and speed. All of these are maxed out. All the cards are anyway. So we got max power, max speed, a few adrenalines. We got one, two, two? I thought I had more adrenalines in here, but I guess we only have two. Oh, we got four, three. Can't count. So we got three adrenalines in here. I want to get to a few of my attacks early, since Steve had implemented the sevens and what have you. I know that this is the continuous bug here. It says 7 for adrenaline, but it's actually 6, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I gotta cleanse them mock. So just in case if I get, them mocked on and they get past my chi strike shield, got more power and more speed. Some short block lines and some block fogs to, really give my opponents some headache there, blocking my already fast attacks there, some feints. Feint is just there just because. I have a few early game with the teeth and the heart. Their defense line is kind of awkward to block. Granted, it's kind of straightforward, but then I have a few things that I go, between the spine, which is the first win condition, the lower spine, and then breaking everything else so they can't attack me. So with the wrist there, this is one of my favorite attacks, the horrific panther back kick, and then the vicious wolf side kick. Those are my favorite cards out of the whole thing. Like I said, it's pretty much going after the lower spine, but my second win condition would be the brain, going after the skull first and then the brain. But 9 times out of 10, I'll win by countering with the lower spine and stealing their chi, because you only start with 20 chi with this particular style, without any chi boost from your points. Just so my opponent is controlled a bit. We got chi freeze for a turn. Chi freeze all is a must, in regardless of what you're playing. And like I said, I maxed out on all the lower spines there, but the ankles, the first one and the second one, because of the power, if my opponent doesn't have at least 3 or 4 defense in their joints, I'm snapping their joints on the first contact with both of those, so I don't have to worry about my ankles getting snapped. And like I said, everything else is just lower spine. Then we got this one that doesn't have a name yet, but like I said, got both ankles in there. Got the chi steals and the chi freeze. Now this one is kind of like my it's kind of like my Kansetsu Hakai deck, my karate deck, which focuses on joint breaks. This is the Taekwondo version, kinda, except it goes after the knees and the ankles, mainly the knees, because you really don't go through the game aiming for nobody's knees. But I figure if you can start breaking some knees, because that kneecap is very durable. With that, you go after the kneecap a few times, and then of course to control the upper part of the body with the wrist and elbows and the ankles, of course, but then you go after those knees with these very powerful kicks there. When you target the joint and the kneecap is still there, it'll attack both, but the kneecap will take up most of the force there. So again, more power, more speed, short block lines, a little to no, the no counters really help. Block fogs and cheese shakes to shake up the screen and block my opponent from really, taking me on and countering me. Um, this one focuses on, like I said, the knee joints and stopping my opponent from attacking me with their hands and going really after their knees in this one because if you break an ankle, a wrist, and a knee, then that's pretty much it versus the elbow, a wrist, and both ankles. These, or you can go both elbows and a ankle, I believe. So it varies depending on what you want to do. That's my first win condition is by the joints, and the second one is by the eyes. Um, Not really so much depending on the eyes, but got to have a few chi boosts, cleanse them mock, because again, you're starting with um, 20, and so far 8 wins isn't nothing to brag about, but it's like okay, still formulating stuff, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And any questions and comments, leave in the comment section, and feel free to subscribe if you feel like it.